Hey everybody, I'm Justin Bohn.
And I'm Mike Val.
And this is the Bohn N Zano Zone, where we are always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic.
Destiny was on his side.
Strike to claim it. A strike to claim it.
And he got it! Who do you think you are?
And we are live. I don't know if we are live or not. Another episode of the world famous Bohn N Zano Zone podcast. We are having a little bit of internet problems tonight, but we are going to get this thing started. I don't know where Justin is. He's having some problems, but I think without any further ado, I'm going to introduce the guest. We've had a lot of interest and a lot of pop on this one, and this one should be good. So I wrote a nice little intro for him, and I'm going to let it fly here. A 13-time titleist on the PBA Tour. Also, he holds one PBA 50 title, which, by the way, was the first tournament he ever entered as a PBA 50 member. Member of the Hall of Fame, voted as one of the top 50 bowlers in the history of the PBA. Probably the greatest personality in the history of the tour. Somebody always cracking a joke or even singing a song, maybe. Most would say he's remembered for one particular moment on TV. I'm going to give it a different spin on it. I think the most memorable moment is him being beat by Ernie McCracken in the Reno Open. And for the past 20 years, you're used to seeing him behind the mic with ESPN, Fox, doing commentary. And everybody talks about the Mount Rushmore of bowling and who's up there and whatnot. When it comes to the Mount Rushmore of the voices of the PBA, there's three people. In my opinion, there's Chris Schenkel, there is Nelson Burden Jr., and there is the guest, Randy Pedersen. Randy, welcome, my man.
What's up, Mike Val?
Now, that's a pretty good intro, isn't it? You got to give me credit on that one.
Yeah, that was pretty nice, man. I mean, I think you nailed it.
I did, and I'm not going to mention the break in that one event. I'm going to stick to you losing to Ernie McCracken. I think that's a little bit of a better story. So I don't know where Justin is. I think he's having some internet problems.
It's okay, man. We can always wing it, just you and I.
Hey, we can let it fly. I'm kind of the older guy on the group here. Justin's a little bit younger, obviously. So I like to get some stuff from back in the day. And I know Parker owes you an appearance fee for this show, and that's on him. He'll be taking care of you at a later date. So how are things in Florida, man? I know things are opening up. You were down in Jupiter. So how is the Strike Derby this weekend? Let's start there.
It was kind of, I don't know if bittersweet's the right way to put it, but it was so great to be back. It was so great to be back on television. It was so great to have the players back, and but still no fans. So that, that part of it is kind of tough. And it just kind of the reality of where we are in today's society. But I think that just the fact that we were back on television, we did a tape show, which will air this coming Saturday, and the live show that we did, and just the fact that we're back on was a huge step in moving forward with all this bull crap that's been going on in 2020. I mean, it's just been so amazingly difficult for so many. So it was nice. It was nice to get back and doing television again, seeing the guys, watching bowling balls go down the lane. It was pretty awesome.
Now, did you have like any restrictions, like masks wearing in the center? Did you have to be spaced out? I mean, was there anything that you guys had to follow, or that the players? It seemed like off to the side, from what we saw at home, a bowler couldn't come into the set tee until the previous bowler was gone. All his stuff was off the rack. I mean, that's what it looked like.
Yeah, so I mean, they gave them strict instructions on spacing, when they could get up to the pair of lanes. I mean, as soon as we came into the center, we all had our temperatures taken, wristbands put on. There was no, I think there was like maybe 4 guests that were allowed in the building. Like one of them was Sean Rash's dad. So like just there was, I think Natalie, EJ Tackett's wife, Natalie, was there. And I mean, I can't remember anybody else that was allowed in the building. So
no ball reps obviously were there, right? No reps, nothing like that.
There was 2 ball reps there. So Doherty was there for EBI, and Sean was there for Storm, and that was it.
And now, did you have any restrictions, like with the commentating? Or were you able to do your normal thing, or they give you strict instructions too?
Well, they told me not to use the F word.
Understandable.
Yeah,
understandable, and that makes sense. Well, we're in a very sensitive state right now. You don't want to upset people, obviously. So,
we were when we did our stand up, Dave Ryan was in the booth, and I was down lane. When we were doing the commentary, we were both in the booth, but we were 6 feet apart. So everybody in the booth, like stage manager, scorekeeper, anybody else that was part of our in-booth stuff, all wearing masks.
Oh, wow.
So every precaution was taken to ensure the safety of everybody that was working.
Interesting. And this is probably the way of the new world. I mean, it's what you're going to have to deal with.
Well, for now.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at the alternative. At least we had bowling on TV, right?
Correct. Now, what did you think of the strike derby? I mean, did you think it's a totally different form? Justin Bohn, welcome to the show, finally.
Sorry, my computer, literally the screen froze as I went to play the intro and shut down.
I thought Dad was making you do your homework, bro.
No, it's right here. I got it right here, but no, he wasn't making me do that.
They're moving, Randy. They're moving to a new home. They've moved. And
they're moving uptown. Yeah, the Bones are probably moving up to a bigger, better place. I get it.
With worse internet.
Yeah. So,
nice guy, right?
Hey, Justin, thanks for joining us, bro.
Yeah, it's the Mike and Randy show tonight, Justin.
I'm the guest tonight.
Yeah, and Randy, for those who don't know, Randy and I, we used to, when the tour came to Carolier, I met Randy years ago through Johnny Jr. and Johnny Sr. And look at that picture. There it is. Randy,
wow.
That's I was thinner. I had a nice head of hair there.
That's a thing of beauty. That's
old school Carolier there. I think you might have made the show that year at Carolier. That was the Lefty Fest there that year at Carolier.
I think that was the year that I made the show. I was the only right-hander. They called me the Great Right Hope, which was pretty fun.
That didn't last very well for you in that telecast.
Yeah, no, I think I lost the opening match against Gant. I don't know.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Gant was really nice. Yeah, he was a monster.
Well, we want some good stuff tonight, so we have some stuff we want to talk about. And Justin, since you're finally here, thank you for joining us again. Why don't you divvy into it and start it up? We already touched on the strike derby.
Did you touch on the trivia contest?
No. So, Randy, we are starting a trivia game show on our show in 2 weeks. We are going to ask a question tonight throughout sometime in the show, and you're going to have to give the answer to it. It does pertain to you and your career, so the guests will have to type into the chat log what the answer is, what they think the answer is, and you'll give it sometime tonight. So there you go. And there we go. Everybody's breaking my stones about who's next to Randy in that picture. So go ahead, Justin. Fire away. Let's get it going. I want to hear some dirt tonight. We've had Jim Callahan on before, Randy, and Callahan told us some good stuff.
I mean, that's That's like let's see, that's like having Will Ferrell and Pee Wee Herman on. I mean, come on, really? Jim Callahan? Come on, bro.
Well, we've waited a long time to get you on. Oh, by the way, what'd you think of Ozark?
Dude, it was like every episode was, can you have any more chaos in your life? I loved it.
How about at the
It
end?
was like me in a nutshell, and then the ending
Yes.
to the last episode was just so epic. I was like, oh my god! Just when he thought it couldn't get worse, it did.
Well,
I'm on Shameless now.
I have to start that one. Everybody said that's pretty good.
I'm on Shameless now, and everybody's saying that I remind them of William H. Macy. And if you've seen an episode of Shameless, that's not a compliment.
I Googled the guy to see what he looks like. It's not you, dude. It's not you.
Well, no, I don't think they're saying so much as it that I look like him. It's more like the character.
Okay. Well,
which is even a bigger slam. Just saying.
The part that I liked about Ozark was when Frank Jr. got shot in the vehicle. The poor guy at the end.
Frank Jr.
Frank, yeah, the mob boss's son in the casino.
Oh, that was great. She shot him right in the
pecker.
Him right in the yam bags.
Yeah. She blew it right off.
Oh yeah. Oh no,
Justin, you need to watch that one.
No, but that's what makes Ozark so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was perfect. The poetic justice of Ozark and that crazy woman just shooting him right in the junk. That was perfect.
Yeah, ideal. And Ruth is a great character. She was great.
Oh, Ruth is the best. Absolutely. And everybody loves Ruth. Ruth is she's the quintessential thespian of white trash.
Yeah. And the guy that played the boyfriend, the wife's brother, I can't think of his name. The brother who got killed. He grew up.
Yeah, he got snapped too.
Yeah, he grew up about 20 minutes from where Justin and I are here in Jersey. He's a local guy.
Well, I hope that you guys don't catch what he had.
Yeah, we don't want that.
No.
All right, so Justin, enough about our TV shows. Get into it.
Let's go with these questions. Let's go, Justin. Do something for a change. Jesus.
All right. So before we get into the questions, basically the trivia contest, the way this is going to work is we're going to ask the question. It's going to be related to Randy as our guest on the show. You're going to put your answer in the comments, and we will tally everyone up who gets the right answer with 1 point. And for those of you who missed it last week, at the end of the 4 shows between this Thursday and then the next 2 that we'll have next week, the people with the most amount of points will get selected to be on the trivia contest show. So you don't want to miss out on any 4 of the next shows.
Yes. All right, enough about that. Randy's getting bored. Justin, fire away. Let's get it going. We want some dirt tonight.
All right. So, Randy, your first year on tour was 1981. Obviously, that was not too long ago. What made you decide you were ready to try the tour, and was there something else you were thinking of besides being a pro bowler?
Well, I was too stupid and too poor to go to college, but I always wanted to be a surgeon, and that's a true story.
Really?
Okay.
Like what kind of surgeon?
Story. I
like
wanted to be a surgeon. In particular, I wanted to be a heart surgeon.
Okay. That's interesting. So you want to go to med school?
I wanted to go to med school. I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a heart surgeon.
Can you imagine Dr. Pedersen? How that sounds good. Had a nice ring to it.
Dr. Pedersen would have been a rock star and would have saved millions of lives. Just saying.
And not Dr. Patterson, as some people call you, Dr. Pedersen.
Don't do that, Mike. Don't do that.
I think we need to go to the next one.
You go to the next one, Justin, because this is where we're going to start it off here. We're going for the jugular.
This is right for the story here. So I've heard a story, as my dad has been in Japan so many times. He's heard so many stories from that place, and I heard a story about you and a telephone pole and something white hanging from it, maybe a brown spot or two. Do you know anything about that?
I do. He's got the story all wrong. The underwear was red. I had trouble maneuvering the Japanese bathroom, and and therefore there was an incident that happened, and it ended up outside, and people saw it, and then it was really funny, and the players saw it, and it became the joke of that Japan Cup. We'll leave it at that.
Well, what do you mean the Japanese bathroom?
So the Western style toilets are the ones we're used to, which is the ones you sit down on.
Mhm.
And then the Eastern style, or the Japanese style, is the Indy 500 racetrack that sits flush in the ground with a flusher at one end. So try navigating that, unless your profession is being a Major League Baseball catcher.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
Yikes.
so you bowled the block without any any drawers?
I did.
Attaboy.
And didn't you have white pants on that day?
That was Brian Voss. You're mixing up two stories. So
Oh.
Voss had the same incident. He was wearing white linen slacks, had an accident, and then went back out to bowl in his white linen slacks. And every time he threw a shot, you could see there was a little accident there.
And BV is he's too handsome to have something like that happen to him.
Well, he's too cool,
Yeah. All
he's
right.
he's probably the only guy that could have pulled it off and said, "Oh yeah, no, it's nothing." Whereas everybody else is like, "No, that's something." He's like, "Yeah, no, it's not. It's nothing."
That's BV for you. So let's go to 86, Randy. So now you've been on tour for about 5 years. You haven't won yet. You make the show with the AC Delco. Spells your name wrong too there, by the way. Nice job there. Spelled the name wrong.
Yeah.
You
No
beat
respect.
no respect. They don't know who they're dealing with. So you beat two future Hall of Famers. You beat Webb. You beat Walter Ray. Rowdy Morrow. He had a good throw, Rowdy Morrow, by the way.
He had a nice throw and a nice little caterpillar mustache. Yeah, it was good.
And then you bowl a friend of mine, Dennis Jakes, for the title.
Yeah.
But Dennis is another local guy from Jersey. And he looked like he was ready to kill somebody in that one shot when somebody yelled in his backswing.
Well, he was a mess, bro. I can't help it.
Good guy, but he was a little bit short fused. So did you feel like once the monkey got off your back, like you were there, like you were ready to take off now? Like now I can just coast. I got it off my back. I got my banner and I'm ready to go.
I'm not really sure I felt that way. I think I just kind of I think more than anything, I felt like I kind of belonged, like I was kind of a legit, not like, oh my God, I'm going to own this tour, or I'm going to be the man, or I never really felt like that. I just felt like, okay, well, I had a really nice week. And, I think that maybe now, people will kind of start to feel or think that I may be legit in a good player. That was all.
Like they
I didn't
take
really,
you serious now, basically.
I mean, not even that. Not take me serious. I mean, just like, holy shit, this Pedersen guy just won. All right, well, he can play. It wasn't even a take me serious kind of. I wasn't out to prove like. I just wanted. I was just bowling. I was just doing what I was supposed to do. I was just doing what I was trained and what I was supposed to do. And that was to bowl as good as I could possibly bowl each and every game. And then when I got to the show, I climbed the ladder and I won my first title at AC Delco in 86. And when it was done, I went back to Santa Maria, California. I snorted about an 8-ball of Coke, and that's how I celebrated.
Attaboy.
I'm kidding. It was just like, it was just like, okay, I know I can do this, but I never really thought of anybody else or like I hope that they I'm somebody to be reckoned with, or I never thought that. I was just like, okay, hey, I can do this.
Did you consider yourself like a journeyman, Randy, up until you won?
No, I wasn't a journeyman. I bowled sporadically from 81 on. I made my first shows in 85. I was just kind of on and off and never really a full timer because of financial situations and sponsors and whatnot. But, I just, after 86, guys, I'm not sure you know this, but in 86, when I won the AC Delco, I also led the Rabbit Squad that week.
Okay.
And anytime you lead the Rabbit Squad in an event, you never cash. So I was the first ever and first to this day to lead a Rabbit Squad and then go on to win the tournament.
That's a good one. I didn't know that one, Justin.
I didn't either.
And I know a lot of useless crap about the PBA. I never knew that one.
There's more useless crap for you.
All right, so let's go to 87. Now, one of my favorite shows ever is the 87 National Championship. 5 Hall of Famers on the show, and there's a bunch of storylines. So we have, and they spelled your name right in 87. New hairdo, looking good. So we have Weber, Ozio, yourself, and M. Leto going for your first major. And then we have Marshall trying to win the Triple Crown. So your opening match, you beat Ozio in the first match. Then you go to Bull Marshall. And now Marshall, if I'm not mistaken, goes like strike, hole to start the match. You come out with the front 4. We go to commercial, and this is what we see when we get back from commercial. I'm done. That was the look of the Medford media right there.
He actually said, it's over. It's all but over.
4 frames in, Randy
Correct.
proceeds to shove
Correct.
the front 10 down Marshall's throat.
Right.
Now,
and a 300 was $100,000. So I have the front 10 at him. But Marshall went double blower 710 Greek church to start.
So once that happened, and he basically tells everybody it's over, did you kind of feel like I just got a bye to the title match? Like, did your arms kind of loosen up and like, I know I'm bowling for the title now because this guy's mentally done?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime whether it's Marshall or Roth or Belmonte, or anytime somebody hands you that, I mean, it's like a free pass, right? So he goes double blower 710 Greek church, and I go front 5. I mean, how can you not feel like you're not going to mow this guy down? Yeah. And so that's exactly what it felt like. And then I got so far out in front that my only focus was on trying to bowl 300. And then, of course, me being the high rev guy that I am, I flat 10 second ball in the 10th. So, but I shot 289, and then I went on to beat M. Leto for the title for the national championship.
And Justin, what people don't know is Randy won the following week as well in Maryland. Was it Maryland? Fairlanes, right?
It was in Baltimore. It was the Fairlanes Open. So I won back-to-back, and I qualified third, won 3 matches, shot like 750 for my 3 matches, and smoked those yahoos, and won back-to-back. I made $102,000 in 2 weeks back in 1987.
And you wanted to be a surgeon.
Well, I'd have been a lot better off now. Oh my God, I could have been teaching people how to cut people's hearts open, and just like, I would have been so fat. But I mean, it's been a great ride, and the people that I've met along the way, and the countries that I've been able to visit, and like I've been to Japan 53 times. I mean, wow. I mean, Parker's probably been there more, but so what?
He probably could, like, have Japan as a nationality by now.
What's that?
he could probably list Japan as a nationality by now. With
I
how
know,
much-
right? I
Does
mean,
he speak it, Justin?
No, a little bit. Like hello, how are you? Thank you.
no, Parker doesn't speak anything but New Jersey. That's all Parker speaks.
All right, Justin, go with the next one because this should be a good one.
So obviously, there's always that one guy who always complains on tour about blaming it on something other than him, whether it's the approach, or shoe, the lane man. So basically, who's the guy on tour that always blames it on the lane man?
So you're asking me to rat a guy out?
Well, we've asked this to a bunch of people, and they've ratted some people out.
Yes. Oh, don't worry. It
So
gets
you-
worse.
So you want me to throw a name out, and then when he finds out that I said it, he's going to then rebut and get mad at me, and he's going to do his thing and blah blah blah, right?
We'll just have Parker take care of it.
No, I mean, you guys are like trying to create a little controversy that's going to get me in a little hot water. But I got to be honest with you, with this guy that I'm thinking about, I don't care. And I'll tell you why. He was rude to me. He's always been rude to me, and I can't stand him. And I'm about ready to give him up, but I'm not sure I should.
All right. Interesting, Dr. Pedersen.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll have to say let's save that for later, Justin. Maybe we play our cards right. We can figure it out.
We'll have to play a really good guessing game.
We do. So go to the next one, Justin. But the next one's an interesting one too.
So, you know,
Did we lose him, Justin?
hello?
Yep, he's here. He's
There
back.
he
There
is.
you
He's
are.
back.
You're back. So, since 1981, I kind of feel like I've earned I've earned my dues, and
Justin, I think we're having some technical difficulties again.
I think so. Maybe.
I think we are. I think he's frozen.
So maybe do we want to throw out?
I think I've
Wait, he's coming back in.
And
There he is again.
he got it.
And he's back.
You got the internet back.
All right. All right. We didn't hear you there. So all we heard was since 1981, you've earned some respect. That's all we heard last, right, Justin?
Yep, that was about it.
Are you guys back?
We're back. Are you?
Yeah, it's you. Justin?
Yep.
I think we lost him again.
You know, I think we should take a minute and throw out our trivia question.
Let's throw the trivia question out there for everybody watching. So, would you like to ask it, or would you like me to ask it?
I will go ahead and let you ask it.
So,
Grab a little beam.
oh, here he comes. So tonight's trivia question is: Randy is known for his infamous solid 8 to lose a title on tour. The question is, what tournament was it, and the city that it happened in? So once again, the city that it happened in, the event that he lost, type it into the chat log. We will ask Randy the question when he gets back, and he will answer it for us. And if you get it right, you will earn a point into our contestant pool, basically. Right, Justin?
Yes. So basically, put the answer that you have to where Randy Pedersen left the solid 8 and what event it happened at.
Yep.
Put it in the comments, and we will mark you down for a point. And over the next 3 shows, you will continue to add up your points.
Justin, do you think we struck a nerve by asking him that? We're not trying to start controversy here.
No.
No.
We're trying to get some insight on tour.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I would love for him to be my heart surgeon. How great would that be?
That'd be pretty good. You know,
I think he's back. He's looking like he's back.
he might be. He might be.
All right, let's try him again.
Pull you up.
Back to Florida.
Randy, you back?
I don't think so. Justin?
Having some technical difficulties here tonight.
Yeah, so we wanted to clear that up. We're not trying to start any drama between players on tour, Justin.
No,
that's the furthest. That's the furthest thing we want to do.
No, not at all.
Not at all. We're looking just to have a little fun here and get some good stories and I got a feeling we're going to get some good stories if he ever decides to join us again tonight.
I think so, but maybe for the time being, because he's gone. We will get him back shortly, but for now, I think maybe preview a little bit of the summer clash that's going to happen this Saturday night.
Or, we could do, Justin.
Go right ahead.
We could tell everybody who our guest on Thursday's show is going to be.
I like that.
Now, Thursday, Justin, you have to make sure we have good internet for Thursday because this is a slam dunk. Don't want to miss it. And we need to have our internet perfect for Thursday.
Well,
and now I'm frozen.
Do you think my internet's good so far throughout the show?
It's pretty good. It's better than it's been. But hopefully you'll be in the new residence.
Hopefully.
And your internet will be up and running by Thursday. But we will.
The guy's coming tomorrow, so.
Okay, good. So he's coming tomorrow. We have a huge guest joining us on Thursday night.
Do you mind if I go ahead and introduce him?
No, but we will be an hour late. We will be doing it at 7:30 p.m. Thursday night.
Yeah, special time because we have a special guest who the time change.
And why is that?
Time change could be a little interesting, but should I go right ahead and introduce him?
The floor is yours, partner.
All right, so we are going to have record-breaking Jason Belmonte in the booth with us this Thursday, June 11th at 7:30. 13-time major champion in the Bohn N Zano Zone at 7:30. So for those of you who are wondering, that is why we are going to be running an hour and a half late, but it is definitely well worth the wait. So please go ahead, mark your calendars for 7:30 on Thursday. We are going to be having Jason Belmonte inside the Bohn N Zano Zone.
I mean, does it get any bigger than that, Justin?
I don't think so.
I mean, we do have Dr. Pedersen on the line somewhere tonight.
Somewhere. He'll be back.
He'll be back, yeah. But I mean, there is nobody bigger right now in the world than Jason Belmonte.
No, and with the amount that he's done, I mean, we talked about it on a show that we had done before we had gone live with everything, about him possibly being the best athlete, not just bowler, but best athlete of the decade.
In the world.
When we looked at his stats in majors alone, he had won 25% of the majors that he bowled.
And he's on the show in every one.
Basically, he made the show in like half of them.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, he increased those odds this year. He's already won 2.
He has
and
won
made
2.
Every one.
It's unbelievable.
This guy's ridiculous.
And
so,
when we talked about it, we said Serena Williams, Roger Federer, LeBron James. I mean, we talked about the top athletes in the world.
Yeah.
And
of any sport.
And this guy's credentials blew them out of the water.
Yeah.
It is. And you know what? He's not recognized for it because, unfortunately, we don't, as a sport, get the publicity we deserve. No.
And hopefully, I mean, this guy could definitely do what we want for bowling, I think.
And that is going to be one of the things I'm going to ask him is, do you consider yourself the best athlete of the decade? Because he really is.
Has he ever thought about it?
Has it ever crossed his mind?
It's definitely an interesting one.
It is. And he's revolutionized the sport.
Oh, absolutely. I'll go ahead. So we did an interview with Dad on one of the other shows that we did, and who was on your Mount Rushmore of bowling?
I saw that.
And he had to be on that show, on that Mount Rushmore, because he changed the sport. Mark Roth was the other one who changed it with one hand, making everybody hook it. Belmo changed it with 2 hands.
He did.
I mean, I can even say he changed it for me too. I picked up bowling 2-hand 2.5 years ago, and I mean, I can't say that I've ever looked back. So,
no, and you're one of the few that can do it with both hands. You can do it with one hand, you can do it with two hands. And you know me really well, Justin, and you know that I'm not a very big fan of the two-handed game. You know my thoughts on it, but I mean, this guy has changed it for the better. And Roth changed it 40 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever it was. He's doing it present time, and he's bringing more people into the sport. More kids are doing it because of him. And when we had Deandra on a couple weeks ago, I asked her, who her Michael Jordan was, and I mean, she kind of looked at me like I had four heads, and she's like, "It's Jason."
Well, that's the obvious answer.
It is the obvious answer, but I want to know what makes him tick. Like what makes him so much better in the majors than everybody else.
Yeah, I know. It is pretty kind of crazy how Belmo just blows everything out of the water, and in those longer formats, he's almost unbeatable.
Justin, if they had the formats of back when Randy and your dad bowled on tour full time, like the 42 games, the 56 games, I don't think anybody would beat him. He would be on their show every week because they didn't re-oil. So now you kind of I guess the only way you can kind of get him is on the fresh, right? The second they break down a little bit and he goes into the fourth or the fifth arrow, you're not beating him.
No.
It's game over.
And he has definitely started to get a lot better going straighter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he came out and he was really good at hooking it when he came out on tour. But when the last couple of years, when he's added urethane to his bag, playing right of 20, I mean, it's insane how good he's gotten.
It is. And that's what's scary. He added like something to his A, B, C, D, E game. Now he has like an F and a G game. It's unbelievable what this guy does.
He's good at everything, and it's pretty shocking. So for those of you who are just joining us now, we are going to be having Jason Belmonte inside the Bohn N Zano Zone this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we cannot wait to have Mr. Jason Belmonte inside the zone.
I want to ask him about his beard too. He has a good beard.
He does. I would say he's a good one.
And how about a plug for us, Justin? We will be on the Morrisville Lanes show tomorrow.
Yep.
We will be getting interviewed with Pat Lucci and John Dansbury tomorrow. So we will be in the hot seat tomorrow. That should be a good one.
Yes, we are really excited for that one. But, Mike, I want to bring up something that a video I posted not too long ago.
Oh, Justin, this is a good one. You did a really good job on this one.
So for those of you who haven't seen it, if you're watching on YouTube, the link to this video is in the description below. I did a PBA Impersonations video with my brother, as you can see on the screen. Who do you think you are? I mean, Brandon and I had a blast shooting this, and my mom's seen it at least 10 times. Even listening to it, she gets in tears crying how funny it is.
Yeah, it was a good one. You guys did a really good job. A bunch of people had asked me, like, where did he do this? Like, where is he getting to a bowling center and do this? I said, he has his ways. That's all I need to know.
I can't say it was a place in New Jersey. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but
parts unknown.
Yep. But that doesn't matter. The fact is that I gave everyone a funny video to watch, and it'll last for a long time because you can go back and watch it. And personally, it was something that had really never been done before.
No. And Justin, Belmo actually commented on your video.
Yeah,
so
he said surprisingly enough, me and Brandon needed to work on our Australian accents. And for those of you who have already seen it, they were pretty close. I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah, no, I thought you did pretty good. It was there. I mean, you're not Australian.
No, by any means, we are not Australian. Well, for that, haven't even been to Australia. So, you guys definitely should go check that video out. It's on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. Who do you think you are? PBA Impersonations, right there. Look for that picture, and it's 9 minutes. You better watch every single second of that 9-minute video because you will laugh almost the entire time.
The only thing I think you might have missed on this one, Justin, you left one out.
Which one? Wait, before we get to that, there will be a second one coming. A lot of people have already asked, and a lot of people are waiting for that second one. So I can start my list, get my notebook out, and we can start writing down ideas.
Can I give you the first one that needs to be on that list?
Go right ahead.
And Justin, I would like to have my hand in this because I would love to assist you in your next project. Are you ready for it?
Go ahead.
You need to have Randy solid 8.
Okay, we can do that.
Because Randy's solid 8 and Schlegel's reaction in the back is absolutely priceless. Him running around like an absolute buffoon, screaming, "I'm the greatest," while Randy's holding his head on the approach. It's priceless.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But
And Randy, what do you feel about that? Oh, wait. I forgot.
Unfortunately, he's not here.
Unfortunately, he's not here.
Should we ask our trivia question again for those of you who are just joining us?
Fire away, Justin. We have the floor. The floor is ours tonight.
So we were supposed to be joined by Randy Pedersen, and in honor of him, unfortunately, he bugged out not too long ago with his internet. So our trivia contest is basically over our next 4 shows, this one included, we are going to be selecting 4 people with the most points. The way you get the point is answering the question right in the comments during the show. If you get the question right, you get a point, and the people with the most points at the end of the show will get selected to be on the trivia contest show. If there are more than 4 people with 4 points or the same number of points, we will be doing a random draw. So the question is, Randy is known for his solid 8, as most of you know. What city did that tournament take place in, and what tournament was it that he bowled in? So put it in the comments, let us know, and we will write you down for a point if you get it right. And if you don't, well, we come back next week or on Thursday when we have Belmonte. We will have some sort of question related to Belmonte.
And we will answer the question before we go off tonight. Randy was going to do that, but he is having technical difficulties down in Florida. Well, I mean, we did get some interesting things out of him. So he wanted to be a surgeon, he said.
Yeah, he did. And that was actually kind of surprising. I was shocked about that one.
I was too. I would have thought he would have got into entertainment somehow. He would have wanted to be like an entertainer.
Yeah, and he's definitely, he's huge on commentating for bowling. I mean, when you look at the 3 guys that have really commentated on the PBA Tour, it's Ernie Schlegel.
Chris Schenkel.
My bad.
It's all right.
My bad. I don't know things that are old.
No, you're good. No, and that's what I said in the introduction.
And Randy.
He's the Mount Rushmore of the voices for the PBA. He is on there, no questions asked.
Yeah.
He's one of the 3 guys on that Mount Rushmore, and and it's a shame that we lost him. We're gonna text him so we get him back.
Yeah, we had a lot of questions for him, and we will hope to answer them at some point.
The one that I really wanted to ask him, and I know we're joking around with him, we're having some fun with him tonight. What would he want to be remembered more for when his career is over? A Hall of Fame bowler, or arguably a Hall of Fame broadcaster? He'll be into the Hall of Fame in the broadcasting wing as well. He's already in for performance. He'd probably go in for meritorious services.
Yeah, he can go.
What would he want to be remembered more for, as a broadcaster or as a player?
Well, I think basically the topic for that would be age. If you watch bowling in the 90s, then you would know Randy Pedersen as the bowler, or even the late 80s. You would know Randy Pedersen as the bowler.
Yep.
If you are someone like me and watch bowling basically from the early 2000s to now, you're going to know Randy Pedersen as the commentator.
Correct.
And I think it's basically a generation thing as to which he will be remembered more for.
And that kind of sucks in a way too. And this is not a knock at your generation, Justin, but I'll use Randy and even use your father for an example here, okay? People that are your age, like 17, 18, that are bowling now, they don't know what the guys 20 years ago did. Like, okay, Parker Bohn's in the Hall of Fame, but they don't know what he did. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they didn't see it, it never happened.
Right.
You know what I mean?
like there's things that unless you really, really follow it, like obviously I'm gonna know that almost everything that my dad did just because of who he is. But when you look at it, like you're not gonna go up and ask a 17, 18-year-old, a normal one anyway, how many times did Parker Bohn win from 1996 to 2000 or 2001?
Exactly.
In that 5-year stretch? He won a lot, but how many times? Nobody's gonna know that.
I actually know a little. We have a little fun with the audience tonight. If you want to have a little Q&A with the chat log here, Justin.
Yeah, I think we should. We're probably gonna go for another about 15 minutes.
How about we have a giveaway? You want to do a giveaway tonight, Justin?
Sure. What do we want to give away?
How about we do a buddy's autograph sham from one of our buddies, our sponsor? Yep, from our sponsor, Buddy's Pro Shop. We will give away an autographed chamois of their choice.
I think all of them signed them.
Oh, so each chamois has all 4 of them on the.
Yeah.
Okay, so an autographed chamois.
From all 5 of the BuddiesProShop.com staffers.
All 5 of the staffers, and I have a Parker Bohn trivia question. The first one to answer it right will win the chamois. And Justin, we both know the answer to this.
So basically, if you're watching, get your chat log ready, type the answer, and you will win a Buddies Pro Shop signed chamois from all 5 of the BuddiesProShop.com staffers.
And before I give the question, Justin, I was trying to find that picture of myself and Randy in my, like garbage here that I have in my,
in your box.
Yeah, my boxes, and I found it. I also found this gem today.
Oh my God!
I don't know why I have the face that I have. Dad's sporting the mustache.
Wow, and to think that guy subs in league with you, and
to think I out-average that guy in league now.
I know, crazy. All right, let's get right to the question.
Let's go to the question. So, Parker has 3 majors under his belt on the PBA Tour. He has the Masters, he has the World Championship, and he has the Players. Correct?
Yes, sir.
How many second places does Parker have in the majors throughout his career?
I know this one.
I know this one too.
And I'll give you guys a hint.
No hints. No hints.
Not too bad of a hint. It won't be bad. So he won the Players in 2015, right?
Correct.
He had finished second in that tournament 4 times before when it was a major. Answer is at least 4.
Okay.
And it's not 4.
It's not 4.
No.
How about John Paris checking in? We love John Paris. Hi, John. But so the question is, how many seconds does Parker have in his career in the majors? That's a good one.
I like that one. That might stump some people. So
and Justin, just looking at the answers right now,
yeah,
nobody has the answer correct.
Nope.
Nobody has the answer correct.
We've got close ones, but not quite.
Close, but no cigar, as they say here, right?
Yes, sir. So,
and we will announce the winner when it is announced. We have the right answer. We will
say who it is.
We will say who it is. We could do another giveaway tonight, Justin, if you want to do something different.
Do we want to?
Well, I could ask another question if we wanted to.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, no, we'll wait till this one's complete. We don't want to overflow everybody.
That's true.
We don't want to overflow everybody here. And
while we're waiting for these answers, do we want to check?
We have a winner.
Oh, okay. So we don't need to do that. All right.
We do have, Justin, if you can see it, I see the correct answer on the board.
I think so, but I think I know what it is, but I don't want to put the wrong one. So I'll let you go right ahead.
Parker has finished second in, you want to just count them out loud? The Tournament of Champions.
Yep.
The Masters.
And won.
I'm not counting the win. I'm counting his seconds. He has a second to Albee in the Masters. He finished second to George Brandon in the Firestone. That's 2.
That I do know.
He finished second
in the U.S. Open
to Romick.
Yep.
He finished second in the TPC to Albee.
On top of the other 3 times that he did.
He finished second to Haran in the TPC. He finished second to Hoskins in the TPC. There's two other ones that I'm getting stumped on this one. However,
You bowling guru.
he has a total of 8 second-place finishes in the majors. So the answer is 8, and Tyler is our correct winner. He is.
Yeah, so we will be sending Tyler a message through our Facebook page. So congrats to Tyler. We will be getting in contact with you, and we will be getting one of those chamois shipped to you very soon.
Isn't it sad that this is a guy who has 8 seconds in the majors, 3 majors, and he averages 215 in the league?
Well, now he averages 215 in league.
Yeah, now he averages 215 in the league. No, that was a good question. That was a very good question.
I like that one. So I think now we should preview the Summer Clash this weekend.
Yeah. So I don't really know too much about this, Justin. I know
So-
Danielle McEwen is going to be there. She did
Yeah.
say that.
She was going to say that.
Mhm.
So this Saturday night, I believe it's at 6 to 8 this Saturday night on Fox.
Mhm.
If you watch the Strike Derby, the 8 bowlers who bowled in the Strike Derby will also be on the Summer Clash, along with the top 2 women in points on the PWBA standings list, Danielle McEwen and Shannon O'Keefe. So there will be 10 bowlers in the Summer Clash this Saturday.
What's the format?
So the bowler, if it's what it seems to be, I looked at the PBA website today. Actually, I did a project on it, and I believe it is the first round is a 10th frame roll off. So everyone will do their whole 10th frame, and the low man is out.
Okay.
Going on until there are 2 bowlers left. When there are 2 bowlers left, they will bowl 1 game for the title, for the win. And I believe it's a winner-take-all format.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
let me pull up the PBA website here. I can confirm that real quick.
All right.
But
That's
I'm excited for it.
interesting.
I mean, I'm just excited for bowling to be back on TV.
Oh, absolutely. And Justin, we didn't talk about it last week because when we had Corey on, but with the women's tour basically suspending the season because of COVID,
Yeah.
there is no women's tour this year. The PBA 50 is slated to go back, I believe, in July. If I'm not mistaken, right?
Beginning of July. I think they're starting in Florida.
Yeah, hopefully they go back in July. Now, I know we've talked about this and we've thrown the idea around, our team tournament idea with the league, the PBA league. I think now, especially with the folding or the suspension of the ladies tour, they need something to bowl.
Yeah, they do.
And for those who don't know what we're talking about, Justin and I have talked about this on our shows before. We wanted to pitch this idea to the PBA.
Yep.
And I'll pitch it right now, Justin, because that's what we do. We try to get things done here, right?
We like to talk.
We like to talk. So how would the bowling world feel? We have the winner of the PBA league, that team, whatever it is. We would have, let's just say, 2 teams from the PWBA and 2 teams from the PBA 50 tour.
Yeah, I think.
And have like a battle of the tours.
I think that's a really, really good idea. Or even you could almost throw in a regional tour team.
Yeah, you could, but then you're really opening up the door to a lot of people.
So let's say because when you throw out the battle of the tours, if you've got 8 teams, right, or even 4, if you have 4, you have 1 team from the PBA tour, which would be the winner of the PBA league, the PWBA team, the PBA 50 team, and the regional team, and you could take like the leaders in points for that year or whatever.
Didn't they? I think they used to have like a regional. The resident, not the resident pro, but something like that, right?
They had a regional TV show. I remember at the World Series they did it. It was like 20.
Yes, yeah, I remember that one too.
And they had like the 6 regional players of the year come out and bowl, which was a unique idea for sure. I mean, showcasing what they do.
Exactly. But I think that would be great. And especially with the girls not having a tour this year because of everything going on, they need something to bowl. And, yes, we're hoping that the seniors are going to be back on tour, but again, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yep.
But just think of the idea of the guys on the 50 tour. There are monster names there.
I know.
Now I'm looking at our chat here, Justin.
Go ahead.
We have a former touring player in the chat tonight,
I think I know who this is.
Mr. Charlie Tapp. Now, Justin, I don't know if you know about Charlie Tapp or.
Yeah. He bowls on the PBA 50 tour. I've met him plenty of times. He's a really nice guy.
He's a very nice guy. Now, I was going to ask Randy tonight. And if there's a way we can get Charlie Tapp on now, Justin, if we can make this happen, I would love to bring him on.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm sure.
If Charlie Tapp can message Justin on Facebook, that would be great. If we can get him on. So we were going to ask Randy some Mike Miller stories tonight. And for those who don't know Mike Miller, and Mike Miller actually was one of the guys who he changed bowling a little bit too. He was the first no thumb bowler on tour. He was the first guy who basically didn't use the thumb on tour.
Yep.
But as a lot of people have said, he was an absolute maniac. Yeah. And the stories that he did, he was a practical joker. But everybody also says Charlie Tapp was the original prankster on tour. So if Charlie Tapp is still listening, I would love to invite him on for a couple stories. And we can fill the last couple minutes of our show with some kind of good stories tonight, Justin.
Yeah, I think that would that sounds good. I like that.
It's not a bad idea, right? We get things done, Justin. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and we definitely did fill up our time, provided that Randy lost his internet, unfortunately.
He owes us one now.
He does, and we will definitely have him back for sure because we definitely do want to hear some Randy Pedersen stories.
And I think the audience wants to hear some Randy Pedersen stories too.
So do they. So
there you go, Justin. He's reaching out. You can take care of this. You're the brains of the operation here.
Yeah, Charlie. I will put your email in the comments, or if not, send me a message on Facebook. We will stay a few minutes later and get Charlie on and ask a Mike Miller story. So basically, send me a message on Facebook. I will, with your email, I will send you a link. You will click the link, put your name in, and we will be able to bring you on the stream. I think we could have some time.
Yeah.
Tapp stories.
Another one, Justin, was Charlie Tapp and Joe Hutchinson's another one. I think they used to room together, and there's a lot of good stories about those two I've heard. Do you know who Michael Marcus is, Justin?
I know the name.
He's from PA. He's from, I want to say, the Scranton area, where Joe Hutchison is from. And they either run a shop together or they do something in a pro shop together. And Marcus always tells me that, Hutch has a lot of good stories and whatnot. And that him and Charlie Tapp were just like the big practical jokers back in the 80s. So that's what we want to hear. We want to hear some good stories, Justin.
Yeah, I have gotten Charlie's email. I'm sending it to him now. And this could be a good time.
Let's hope he has better internet than Dr. Pedersen does.
I hope so.
But you know what? We've done good tonight. This was good. This was a test of our ability, Justin.
Yeah, I actually think that we did a lot better than I thought, not going to lie.
Did you doubt our ability?
No, not at all. But by the way, Charlie, I sent you that link, so check your email. I sent it to you. It should pop up as my name, and we sent you that link. Click on it, put your name in, and join the stream. We're looking forward to some good time here.
This is gonna 7 minutes or so, right? That's a couple stories. Yeah. We want to hear some good stuff here.
I think we need to give the people some stories tonight because we unfortunately missed out on it.
We missed that, and I really wanted to hear the story about Randy Pedersen and one of my dear friends, Johnny Petraglia Jr. There's a story about Johnny getting body slammed through his bed, and Randy just broke the bed into many pieces.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
We will get him back for sure.
Yeah, we have to.
Definitely will. We'll make this work somehow.
Yep.
And look at Paris. He's talking about it. Look at JP. I mean,
see, he wants to get Hutch on too, so we might have to strings and get that one on too.
Yeah, we have to make this happen. Maybe Charlie, Mr. Tapp, knows the answer to this Joe Hutchison story.
Maybe.
Who knows? But I'm sure Charlie's going to give us some good ones, and
I'm hoping he gets on.
I think he will.
Yeah,
I think he will.
I did send it to your email, Charlie, if you're still listening. I believe I got it right. Someone sent me an email with it, and I think I got it right.
I mean, just touching on other stuff. I mean, are we ready for Thursday, Justin?
I am very ready for Thursday. For those of you who missed it earlier, I will announce it one more time. Charlie got his email right there. Oop, didn't mean to do that.
Nice job.
We'll see. It's okay. It happens. Mike, you want to discuss our guest? And Charlie, I did get it right. And what I can double check it. I can resend it one more time.
We have the highest of highs. Well, we had the CEO of Brunswick last week, the highest of highs in the industry, Corey Dykstra. And now we are going to have the highest of highs. We have the best bowler in the world, on the planet, for at least the past, we're going to say decade here, Justin.
Yeah, he's been a pretty dominant force for at least 10 years.
We are going to have the one and the only Jason Belmonte live with us on Thursday. And, Justin, I do a lot of my business. I do a lot of international stuff with a lot of customers, overseas, and you know that. And I'm very bad with the time differences and whatnot. And
that's very shocking for someone with your background.
I know, I'm awful with it. And when I was talking to him yesterday, I was like, just wanted to make sure, like, it's going to be June 11th here in the States and not June 11th in Australia, which means, and he goes, mate, don't worry about it. It's 9:30 in the morning, my time.
Yeah, I would say that you don't need to really explain anything to him. You say June 11th, my time, and we're good. And
yeah,
we've got our guest, Charlie Tapp, in the booth.
Charlie Tapp in the booth. Which means, and he goes, mate, don't worry, 9:30 in the morning, my time.
Yeah, I would say that you don't need to really explain anything to him. You say June 11th, my time, and we're good. We got our guest, Charlie Tapp.
Hey, I'm eating supper.
Well, thanks for 25 minutes with us tonight, Charlie.
What's up, you guys? I mean, I'm eating supper.
How are you, man? Justin, we're hearing a little echo here.
Good.
Yeah. Charlie, do you have the stream opened in another link? If you do, can you please close it out so we don't hear that echo?
Oh, okay.
Sweet. And I don't hear it anymore. I think we're good.
I don't hear any more. I think we're good. Are we good here, guys?
Yeah, I think so. So, Mike, I'll let you ask a question here.
I don't really have any questions. We want some stories here, Charlie Tapp. We know Mike Miller was the big prankster back in the 90s, and we heard you and Joe Hutchison was the guys back in the 80s. So we want to hear some good stories here, man. What did you guys used to do back in the 80s on tour? Justin, I don't think it's our night for guests.
It might not be. I hope he heard us. It was a little delayed on the end, or a little bit earlier.
I think Justin. I think we're just really barking up the wrong tree tonight.
Maybe it's just not our night.
Yeah, I don't think it's our night, Justin. I really don't. This is. Hey, we're trying here, man.
We did, and we gotta get. Well,
is it coming back on? Do we have him again?
We might. We're gonna see if he loaded back in. A little frozen at the moment, but
we're a little frozen.
We're gonna hope that he does join us.
Yes.
And he's gone. So maybe Charlie's Wi-Fi and Randy's Wi-Fi would have worked a little bit better for either one tonight.
Let's hope Belmo's Wi-Fi is good down under.
I hope so. I mean, it would definitely be really good to get back into some good question asking and some good stories for sure.
Well, you know what? We're not going anywhere.
No, we're not.
We're not going to go anywhere.
I'm going back and forth between two houses just because I have no internet at my house.
Yeah, you don't. You'll have that tomorrow. Oh, he's coming back in, it looks like.
He is. So let's try this again.
Mom's checking in here, Justin. Mr. Tapp, are you with us?
Hey, we in now?
Yep.
I think we're there. So let's try this again, Justin. Shall
I think
we?
so.
Yep. We're good.
So listen,
Okay.
we
Yeah,
know
that-
Mike. We know that Mike Miller was the big practical joker back in the '90s, right? But we heard from little birdies have told us that you and Joe Hutchison,
you could
you and
say
Joe
that.
Hutchison, were the guys in the '80s. So we want some good stories here. Give us a good.
Oh, God. Yeah.
And we got.
You want a Hutch story?
There was one about. Well, how about Paris is checking in here? Something about John Gant with Joe Hutch.
Yeah, I don't know what that would be. I don't know which one that would be because Hutch has got a memory like it's crazy, but yeah, I got a ton of Hutch stories.
Let him
But
fly, man. We want some good ones. We want him good. We want some good ones.
Okay, well, there was a guy in actually at the World Open, and he would be there. He would be there every year, and he would be there like the very first day, even before the practice session, and then he would kind of glom onto somebody. Usually one of the big guys like Carmen or Jim Stefanich or somebody like that. Well, anyway, nobody ever seen this guy bowl. And so we're bowling. Hutch is bowling the pro-am. I'm bowling the pro-am, and Hutch is down on the far end. I'm on the low end. So the next game, Hutch is going to bowl with this guy. Well, anyway, the guy says to me before we start, he goes, "Well," he said, "You want to?" He said, "Would you sign my PBA application?" And I goes, "Yeah, well, what the hell? They want guys in there all the time." Well, anyway, the guy gets up to bowl. He's absolutely horrible. That is like his foot would slide on 20, 25. He'd set the ball down on 5 and just absolutely slam it into the floor. I mean, it was just horrible. So when he says to me, he says, "Well, what do you think?" And I'm trying to be a nice guy. The guy's harmless, and I said, "Well, you may need your swing a little bit, and get it tucked in better, blah, 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 blah." So we finished the first game, and now Hutch is going to bowl with him the second game. And Hutch was in kind of a shitty mood, I have no idea why. But anyway, so we're sitting, it was the old-time benches where the benches were circular and come together, So I'm on one, and Hutch is on the other. And anyway, I said, "Well, Joe," I said, "our boy here is going to ask you a question, So anyway, this kid comes up to him, and he said, "I want you to sign my PBA application." He goes, "What the hell are you talking? What are you talking about?" He goes, "Let me see you bowl first." Well, anyway, the kid gets up and throws a shot, just hammers the ball on the floor, and he comes off the approach, and Hutch looks at him. He goes, "You want to join the PBA?" He goes, "You're terrible." He said, "You stink," And the kids look at him. He goes, "Well, yeah, but," he says, "You ever seen yourself bowl?" He goes, well, no. He says, "Shit, if you throw one more shot," he says, "deaf." He goes, "I'm not signing anything." So the kids are like, the kid's like heartbroken, So Hutch says, "Hey, let me ask you a question." He goes, he says, "Do you think you could beat Charlie?" He goes, "No." And he goes, "Do you think he could beat me?" And he's, "No." And Hutch looks at him and he goes, "Well, we can't beat anybody either. So what the hell makes you think you should be out here?"
So Hutch never just held back. He just
That's
kind of.
a clean one,
That's a clean one.
Yeah, I mean, Hutch was. Yeah, that was a clean one. Yeah.
Well, can we get the R? Can we get an R-rated one?
Well, it's probably not R-rated, but it's anyway. We get it's Hutch and I and Tommy Baker, and we're staying in a room together in Los Angeles. We were both at the Gable House, and so we get there. There's no cots, so somebody's going to have to sleep with one another, and I mean, if everyone's homophobic, I mean, it's ridiculous. So, well, listen, what we do is we'll push the beds together, so that way we'll have one big giant bed, and then it's one guy will sleep in the middle. The guy that's going to sleep in the middle, he's going to have a lap of luxury because the other two guys are going to be hanging off the edge, So anyway, so Tommy makes the show, makes the show, and that night I just had a terrible hemorrhoid attack. It was awful, and we were driving. I don't know where the hell we were driving to the next day. It was like Phoenix or Tucson or somewhere. It was like a 500-mile trip. So Hutch takes me to the emergency room, and so we get out of there. It's like 2:00 in the morning, and the guy gave me these drugs and everything. And I go out there, and Hutch is sound asleep in the lobby. So I literally had to throw him over my shoulder and him to the car. And there's another guy coming in, and he said, "Hey, is your buddy okay?" And I goes, "Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine." Well, anyway, we get back to the room, and it was my night in the middle, and. So anyway, and at the time I was the only guy that was married, So anyway, I was the only one that was used to sleep girls. Maybe I shouldn't say it that way. But anyway, so anyway, I snuggled up to Tommy, and thinking that he was probably of the female, so I started playing a little gratty with him, Anyway, so he Hutch was wide awake. And so Tommy hits me and he goes, "Charlie, cut it out," and I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm sound asleep. And anyway, so anyway, then he says it again, and he's like, "Come out," And then, well, anyway, I guess I made one more grab, and it was to the groinal area, I guess. And so anyway, Hutch said, he jumped out of bed, and he says his eyes were big as saucers. And well, when I woke up, it was like, I don't know, 7:00 in the morning, and I got the bed all to myself. And I walk into the bathroom, and here's Biggs sleeping in the bathtub. And I said, "What the hell are you doing in here?" He goes, he says, "Well, the first time, he said it was okay. I mean, I thought you were kidding around. Then the second time, I wasn't sure. And he says, the third time, he said, I knew you were serious." And he goes, "It felt kind of good, so I had to get the hell out of there." So anyway, he slept in the bathtub. Well, he slept in the bathtub. He won in Gable House. Then he won the doubles in Vegas. He took a week off, and then he won in Denver. So I guess magic touch for him. It didn't do me any good, but.
Justin, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But yeah.
That's what we want to hear. And there he goes.
We lost him. But
we lost him.
Those were pretty good 2 stories, and that definitely made the stream a little bit better tonight.
I think we're gonna have to cut it out tonight. I think we're just gonna cut our losses, but let's wrap it up.
I think so. So
we have a winner. We do have he's coming back in. I don't know what's going on. But we do have a winner for the chamois. We gave away a chamois. Bring him back.
All right.
The man with the magic touch, Charlie Tapp.
Did I get back? Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We just had a big rainstorm here, so it might be kind of going in and out a little bit.
Yeah, that was Randy's excuse tonight too.
So, but anyway, yeah, I mean, you talking about Miller, he's just Mike was just really, he was on the zany side. I mean, just crazy. It was so funny. Like when he started bowling, which would have been, probably 82, 83, something like that. He would come out and he'd bowl a tournament, and then you wouldn't see him again. And you wouldn't see him for like 3 months. And then he'd come back, and then he'd have some stupid haircut. He'd have like a mohawk. And Hutch and I were like, he said, "Where the hell were you?" He goes, "Oh," he says, "I was in jail." Or some damn thing. But he was so funny. I mean, Mike is so funny. I just and the funny part is that his dad was like that. His mom, God bless her soul, she was such a sweetheart. But Mike was just crazy. His dad was crazy. I mean, they were so much fun. I mean, Mike was so much fun. There was one story, but I don't think I can tell. I probably shouldn't tell it, But
I don't see why not.
You might get thrown off the air.
Justin, I think we can.
You don't see why not,
Justin?
We'll let one more go, and then I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up with this one there, Mr. Tapp.
You're gonna wrap it up with this one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here's the Mike Miller story. I wasn't there, but this is kind of legendary. Well, anyway, they were. I don't know what town we were in, and Mike was rooming with with Dave Bowles. And I don't know if you know who he is. Who he is. He bowled a little bit. He bowled a little bit in the 90s and late 80s. Hell of a nice guy. Anyway, so they were waiting for. I don't know if they were waiting. They were waiting to go to dinner, and they left the hotel door open. So whoever it was that they were waiting for, what Dave did. Dave got on bed on all fours in his underwear. And Mike was behind him. and so as this guy, whoever it was, I don't know who it was, walks in the room, that's what he sees. Is Mike behind Dave Bowles. And they're both in their underwear. So I coached college bowling for a Catholic college. I'm probably going to get fired. I just appreciate it. But no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But
he was a crazy
anyway,
guy from what we've heard. We heard he was a crazy guy.
He was nuts. Oh God! But what was funny is that back before he was, he threw the ball really straight before he took his thumb out. And my wife was bowling on tour at the time. In fact, she bowled doubles with Mike's sister Dana, and we went to this mixed doubles tournament in Vegas. At Samstown. This was probably 91, somewhere in there. I can't remember exactly. But anyway, he said, Charlie, come over here and tell me what you think. And he was throwing the ball without his thumb. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, he hit the head pin, he got a strike. And I said, Mike, he said, do you think I should bowl that way? And I was absolutely. Why wouldn't you? I mean, it just revolutionized his own game. I can't remember if they won that tournament. I know they made the show there. Him and Dana made the show there, and then he went out on tour. He won the national championship, and it was so. I mean, you talk about a transformation of a guy. It was unbelievable.
We need to,
and he was wacky to go with it. But.
We need to get a Mike Miller hour, Justin, because I'm sure a lot of guys from the '90s would just have story after story after story about Mike Miller.
Yeah, I think so for sure.
And I remember,
I haven't talked to Mike in a while. I mean, we talked on Messenger quite a bit there for a while, and I don't know. I'm not sure if he's. I think he had some medical problems.
Oh,
I'm not exactly sure, but. I know he was struggling there for a little. And I used to talk with him all the time.
Well, let's hope he's well. And remember what Callahan told us, Justin. He did hump the ball return when he shot 300 on TV.
Yep.
So, Justin, there was that one.
He's beautiful.
And then I think the other one, I think your uncle told us, is when he decided to bowl in his underwear when Kirk told him he couldn't wear jeans to practice, and he decided to.
That one too. Yeah.
What a guy! We need to get a Mike Miller roundtable a day.
Yeah, we'll get a few people on for that.
But it would be hysterical.
Charlie, thank you for joining us and at least giving us a couple minutes of fame tonight and some stories and making us laugh.
You're welcome. Yeah, you want to do it? I'll be glad to come on with Hutch.
We can make that happen.
There's a lot of stories I talked with him that he reminds me of. So
we can make that happen?
Yeah,
Justin.
I'd be glad to do it.
We'll bring Charlie back. We'll get Joe Hutchinson on. We can make that happen, and we'll make it happen soon. So, Charlie, thank you for joining us and saving the show tonight.
All right. Thanks, guys. You guys do a great job. I like listening to you guys.
Thanks, bud. Stay safe, Charlie. Thank you. And there he goes, the great Charlie.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
You got it, buddy. Thank you. And there he goes, Justin. So, Justin, let's wrap it up.
Yep. So if you guys are watching on Facebook or watching anywhere tonight, thank you guys so much for watching. We were supposed to have on Randy Pedersen if you guys are still watching. And that obviously got cut short a little bit. He lost his internet and he will be back.
He was here.
He will be back. But for now, we're going to say thank you from the Bohn N Zano Zone for joining us for as long as you did. If you're watching on the Facebook page, please like and follow the page so you get all of our notifications when we are going to have somebody new on. On Thursday, we will be having Jason Belmonte inside the Bohn N Zano Zone at 7:30.
7:30.
7:30. So you do not want to miss that. And for round 2 of the trivia contest, we will also be going on Thursday.
We didn't answer the question, Justin.
We didn't?
No, we did not answer the Randy's question. So we have to answer the question.
Okay. So the answer to when and where Randy Pedersen left the Solid 8 to lose, Mike?
Was the Touring Players Championship. And that was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, or a city right outside of Pittsburgh, but it was known as Pittsburgh. But it was the 95 TPC, and there's a bunch of people that have typed in the city. It is that is where the center was, but I believe the arena was in Pittsburgh because that's where the following year, that's where Dad finished second to all be in the same building. So it was right outside of Pittsburgh. So we'll go with that answer. Pittsburgh is the answer, or Harmarville, whatever you want to call it. That's the neighboring town. Harmarville and or Pittsburgh will be correct.
All right, so we will tie that up. Round 2 will be on Thursday at some point during our show with Jason Belmonte.
It will be a Jason Belmonte question for sure on Thursday.
All right, so
and then you can find us tomorrow on the Mooresville Lane Show as well.
Yeah, so please tune into that on Facebook, I believe, right, Mike?
Yeah, that's Facebook, and I was told that they're going to run us through the gauntlet tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting one. So
it will be interesting. Until tomorrow,
and check us out Thursday at 7:30 with the one and only Jason
Belmonte. Until then, we will see everybody Thursday. Stay safe, wash your hands, and we will see you guys on Thursday at 7:30.
This is the Bohn N Zano Zone. I'm Justin Bohn, my partner Mike Val, where we are always on the lanes, off the charts, and on the mic. Take care, everybody, and stay safe.
Goodbye, everybody.